Hey everyone, well this week we are heading to the big smoke of Auckland and then we're going opposite to the little smoke of Miranda, which literally only has a campground. So let's check this out. Hi everyone, if you didn't watch the Inside Out RV Expo, which was the last episode, we're doing something we don't normally do. We're taking the kids into the city. We're going into Auckland CBD. The weather isn't too bad. There is a massive weather storm coming though, and we've still got a few nights, so we might end up getting rained out, but we're going to head into Auckland and go and suss out what there is to see and do and show the kids the big buildings that we have here in New Zealand. So we will see you on the motorway. So if you're not from this part of the world, Auckland is by far our biggest city with 1.5 million people. There's nothing even close to that in the rest of this country, which has 5 million people here. But our kids have never been to Auckland. We've driven through here on a lot of camping trips, heading further north, and we thought it's about time we took them into the big city. Alright, well we're at Wilson's car parking, $10 for the weekend. We don't really fit in the car park in the truck, but it's pretty empty in here. Me and Soph were both cracking up watching the kids awe of these big buildings in such a different environment. Since COVID came along, Auckland has been pretty quiet, especially in the CBD. And we came in here on a Sunday morning, which was just even quieter. But that was good for us to be able to get around. I had never been up the Skytower, so we wanted to take the kids up the Skytower, which is the biggest building in the Southern Hemisphere. Cost our family $60 to come up and have a look, but it is an impressive view up here.
Never been to a city before.
Well, that was a cool view, but it's a little bit nauseating up there. The whole thing is shaking in the wind. So you get a little bit of motion sickness up there. Is that cool, Tobes? Then if you want to spend some money, you can even jump off. And Auckland is now getting underground subway. It's like sand down there. The kids are just enjoying the escalators. After all the fun hanging out in Auckland, everybody was starting to get pretty hungry, and after about 45 minutes on Google looking at reviews, we finally decided to settle on this Thai restaurant, which was awesome. It was a really good spot to stay for lunch. Toby, what do you think of that?
Good.
Good.
That was so good.
Toby's buzzing off a good curry.
You can feel the weather changing, that storm is coming. We didn't want to leave Auckland too quickly, but we also didn't want to be towing the caravan in extreme wind and heavy rain. So this building is where our passports currently are, waiting to get visas put on them. And that pole normally has the US flag on it, because that is the US consulate in New Zealand. We've been waiting for nearly 3 weeks, so hopefully they will be back with us with visas this week. Yes. Auckland is definitely a cool city, but it was time for us to go head back to the caravan and off to the hot pools at Miranda. Alright team, goodbye. We'll see you in May when we drop our caravan off when we're heading to America.
We're good, thanks for coming. Good having you all.
Thanks for having us.
Alright, Miranda hot pools, let's go. So back on the road, it was nice to have a much shorter drive than our drive up to Auckland. But Miranda, there's not really a lot here. Pretty much the only thing that's there is the campground. Just 45-50 minutes from Auckland, so that was nice. So probably the main reason we chose the Miranda Holiday Park is because they have hot pools, and we're expecting some pretty bad weather, but it's also a great spot if you're from Auckland because it's pretty close by. Woo, like a pro. Like a pro. Cool, well that's us parked up for 2 nights in Miranda. Pretty practical guy here, let us have 2 sites because we're just longer and there's plenty of space, so good.
Just gonna whip out the muck mat, thanks Inside Out RV.
Right, Jade, tell us what we're having for dinner, loud.
We're having burgers. Gonna be delicious.
What do you got, Jade?
I'm going for a swim.
So the pool closes for children here at 8 o'clock. There's 15 minutes left, so Toby's going for a swim by himself, hey? And so I will go and supervise. Let's go. There you go, hop in then. This was the second swim for Toby because the GoPro was charging when we all went for our first swim. But it's quite cool having adult only hours too.
And warmer than lunch time.
When we woke up in the morning, there was some high winds and a lot of heavy rain and bits and pieces of thunder and lightning. So we did why we came to this place. We put on our togs, grabbed our towels and went to the hot pool. So while we were enjoying the hot pools, parts of the country were getting some severe flooding. Right, now we've got the mad dash back to the caravan in the cold rain. Although Riley doesn't seem to think it's too cold. Having a good time?
Yep.
Well, at least the wind stopped now. I got the awning up to give us a little bit of dry space. Pretty wet out there, pretty thundery. What are you kids doing on this rainy day? You reading a book, Jade?
Yeah.
Get your foot out of there. Get it out of there. And Riley's colouring. What are you doing, Tobes?
Colouring.
Cool little cubby hole down there. And me and Soph are just about to hoe into the coffee. It's actually quite good for us to have this little storm to camp in because it's going to test us to see how we get on in bad weather when we're going full time and in this little space.
Although we're in a pretty sweet place to have a hot pool.
Yeah, when we're in the South Island we don't have a hot pool. It might be a little bit different and no power. Pretty awesome being able to have a hot swim before you even have your first morning coffee, right? I'd love to hear about your camping weather stories. I'm sure some of you that watch us have got some awesome stories to share, so write your story down below. But it wasn't going to stay this bad forever. So we've had a little break in the rain. You can almost see a bit of sunny weather over there. So I've emptied the grey tank with the bucket here and just putting a bit of fresh water into our tanks because they're getting pretty low. It's probably going to rain again soon. That thunder and lightning is definitely like in the Hinua ranges over here, where you got some quite big hills. It is bumping the thunder, man. It's pretty dark in there. Ooh. There's stacks of activities to do at this campground, which is really cool. They also do like an off-season rate where you pay for 2 nights and you get your third one for free. So it looks like they've got like a cool area for dog owners there. So you've got some fenced off area to shut your dogs in, which is cool. We've got mini putt. So it's got this really cool hot pool here. Although I always wonder how busy it is when it's, well, if all of this accommodation was taken up, you wouldn't even be able to get in there. There's not enough swimming. But hot pools are kind of a winter thing anyway, and people don't usually come on holiday when it's winter anyway. Ooh.
I'm making it go.
So we're back in the truck and we are heading up the coast to see some birds that are getting ready to fly to Alaska for the Alaskan summer, or the Northern Hemisphere summer, and we're going into winter. But this rain has stopped miraculously, and look at the weather out there now.
Feeling a bit for Auckland, who absolutely got smashed today, I think, by this weather. So, stink for you guys that have a whole lot of flooded streets and damaged stuff. Stink.
So even just driving up the coast, you could see some of the effects of the flooding and the heavy rain that kind of had impacted on the shoreline. For the die-hard bird watchers, those that want to get those really good photos, they got these cool little, look like former duck hunting little buildings or something, but for people to come and watch the birds and get some photos. Not too many birds around when we were here. Who knows, maybe the rain scared them off, or maybe the tides were just a little bit wrong. Still cool to go and explore, and I always like getting the drone up. Let's just say that our family is not the best at playing golf. Alright team, we found this flying fox. It's a little bit sticky, so Toby's found a new way of going down without sitting on the chair, and we're going to see how far he can go, eh Toby? You ready? Go! Don't touch the ground! Oh, what?
I'm in this game, but without my closest friend. Fear, it's leaving now.
Well, we're not really looking forward to going home. It's been a really cool couple of days here.
Don't want to do it.
And we've been thinking about, we were supposed to have that really bad weather, to test how we survived in the caravan, and it's just been like this.
It's been hot.
Yeah, it's been hot in the hot pool. So we're packing up, getting ready to head home. Well done on making it to the end of this video. Things at our place have been a little bit crazy over the last couple of weeks as we wait for US visas and flights that keep changing and getting our house ready to rent it out. But we're pretty excited, and we hope that we have some great news to share with you on the next video, hopefully. But if you're new here, we are trying to grow this channel, so liking and subscribing would really help us out. Cool, well we will see you in the next video.